Good morning, everybody in YouTube. Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey, guys. All right, we're going to do a final video on this. Just wanted to respond to several emails, and I did get about 5 phone calls about this machine last night. So there's an awful lot of interest in this machine. So we're going to make another final video on this to explain a few things, why this machine is extremely rare. I mean rare. And why I did what I did. So first of all, we got the machine working properly now, correct tensions. We're running a small tape now to make sure the tensions are correct, because there is a button for small and large tapes that you have to press right there. And of course you have to adjust your tension for the tension arm, which is in the center here, to make sure you have the right tension. So yes, this machine does play the gigantic reels for editing and the smaller ones, which were used on the IVC portables. Alright, as you can see, this thing is in a very custom rack. Now, I built this rack. This rack I got off StarTech.com, and basically it's for computer servers, but since it was expandable and everything else, and I needed something that did expand, I was able to make it work with this machine, so I can have the machine hanging in the unit, so I can get to the cards, but being able to use it while it's suspended. You know what I'm saying? So I had to design it like this because this machine did not have a rack when I got it. I got it from Chicago. This was sitting in a storage warehouse for quite a while. Came out of a video production house, I think, at some point. Didn't work. Had to do some repairs and everything else. But it did not have the rack to this unit, which was very disappointing. I wish it did, because this is just an amazing... I mean, I love this machine. I wish I had the rack for it, but I just can't seem to find one now. But unfortunately, it did have a rack, but he told me that one got scrapped for the metal a while back, so it's been gone for a long time. But if you notice, the buttons are in sideways. Okay, to read them, see how they're sideways? That's because this machine would go in on a standing rack that was upright. So let me show you the racks that this machine came with. As you can see, this machine had various different racks. My machine was in a rack like this. See how it's going up and down, and the buttons were where you can read them? See, this is the machine rack that they got rid of that I really needed, and obviously they recycled it or whatever they did with it. It did come in a version where the buttons were readable up and down, which was a portable case for it, and then they had a rack where it'd be sitting in like sort of like how I got it, and you'll have a monitor and time-based corrector and scope and everything up above it. But my machine came from a rack like this. It was straight up and down. The buttons were sideways. And I just thought you guys would get a kick out of this. And then my machine, like I said, it could be in a smaller case like that, which 500 pounds. It's not what you call smaller. It's very heavy. Then you have a rack like this with time-based correction, scope, and all that kind of stuff. But this is a very rare, and I mean rare machine. There were down to maybe several hundred that were made. It did get developed in 1970, but all these other formats hit the market, and this machine format actually got scrapped in development, and it wasn't very many of these made. But there was a lot of the IVC portables, so when people bring me tapes, we can accommodate the editing ones that were done on the editors such as these, which were full racks, or we could do the smaller ones. This machine plays both formats, and it's actually better quality, way higher quality. It's got better video cards, time-based correction cards. The video output and color output is so much better on this machine than it is on the portable ones. This is just an overall extremely high quality machine room broadcast format from 1970. This machine kicks ass. It really does. We got it fully operational now. Just had to fix a few little issues that the machines had, and got that all fixed up. But as you can see, we're running a test tape, and it is a smaller test tape. I'm just making sure the tensions and everything are correct from size to size, because these things take the gigantic reels and the smaller reels. But to answer the questions to Tony, Tom, and I think there was an Anthony that actually called me about this. He says, that ain't the rack that came with it. No, it's not. This is not the rack that this machine came with. I made this custom. I ordered the rack. I designed it because I wanted it to do exactly this. I want the machine to be suspended in the rack such as this. See how it's suspended? And so I could get to the cards like I had to yesterday to fix the tension relays and everything else on this. So I'm able to get to the cards in front of it, make adjustments. So I designed it like this because I'm going to be using it. And plus it's easy. See how I'm standing? It's like right in front of me. It's easy to get to. I don't have to, you know, it's no fuss. It's like you put a tape on and you can run it and it's flat like that. Compared to something like the Sony Type C, which is a stand-up unit. It's, you know, relatively easy to get to as well. But the Type A, like I said, that's a flat type of unit and you have to load it a different way. So the convenience of the design of why I bought this rack was because I wanted it to be just like this. The weight of it was a big reason because it's at least 400 or 500 pounds. And plus, I want it suspended to get to all the cards on it, which really proved out to be exactly the issue because I had to actually pull a card out of this to fix the tension, and the tension for the playback was completely dead. So I had to repair the board so I can get the tension back. So now we got it completely working. So to all the guys out there that love this machine like I do, this is a custom rack. I'm sorry, it is not the original rack. I've had several people like, that doesn't quite look right. Yeah, you're right, it's not the original rack. This is a rack that I had to make custom for this because there just isn't any in existence. And when this machine was new, my rack was this one, up and down the machine. I don't know, man, that must have been one heavy rack where the machine was sideways, and they had other versions with the buttons printed. Well, the buttons were printed with the text for the play and all that in the normal positions, where you could put it in an upright rack like this or the case position like that. Can imagine moving this sucker. They're almost 500 pounds. This is an extremely heavy machine. But mine came from a long, tall version such as this. So I hope that gives you guys a little idea of how rare and how unbelievable this machine is. This is the only documentation I've been able to find online about this machine. The only picture I've ever found. And but this machine did not make it. There was only several hundred made, and very little. And I have never seen another machine like this anywhere. It's just unbelievable. So I hope you enjoy this video.